In previous topics, when we have to define DFA, we use some notations, and then for more and more we use some notations. Again, for define a context-free grammar, we need some set of notations. So to define a context-free grammar, we need at least 4 things. The grammar is denoted by G, and we need V, sigma, R, and S. So what is V? Set of finite variables. So variables are the like we can put the thing which can be derived is variable. Variable can be replaced with another variable, or variable can replace with some constant. Sigma, here the sigma are called terminals. Like in our previous example, the 3. When we get 3, it is not further derived. 3 cannot be replaced with anything else, only A can be replaced. So here A is the variable, or we can say B, and the terminal is 3. So we have a set of terminals, and there is just only one condition, that if you take the intersection of V with the sigma, it should be an empty set. We cannot say that anything that is V and that is also a sigma. R is a finite set of substitution rules. So the rules are defined something like this. Like I had two rules: A is equal to 3 plus A is equal to 3 plus A is equal to 3. So it was just to give you example, but rule should be written something like this: A can be replaced with 3, or A can be replaced with 3 plus A. So these are the 2 rules for the example we did little earlier. Okay, so and the start symbol. We can have so many variables. For example, if you see the examples here, we have so many variables. We have T, we have F, we have E, and we have so many terminals. We have X, we have plus, we have multiplication, we have brackets. So we can have so many variables, but we need a start symbol, like which variables can be used as the very first symbol to start. Alright, so these 4 things we need to define a grammar. Now let's take an example to define a language which cannot be defined using DFA, 0M and 1N. So these can be defined with 2 steps. We can have a variable S, alright. So what is a V here? V is only S. We have only one variable. And what is the terminal? In terminal we have 0 and 1. So the third is rules, transition rules. So these are the 2 rules, and we can label them. And finally, what is the start symbol? The start symbol is, in this case, is S. So we can define anything like we either this is can be generated from these rules or not. For example, if I have 3 zeros, 3 1. This should be accepted or not if our language is this. So we will start deriving this, and we will stop when this is achieved. In many cases it will not be achieved. For example, if I put an example of 0 0 1 1 1, like, sorry, my stylus, this is a language that should not be generated. This is a string that should not be generated from this language. So kindly you do this example. You let me do one small example. Let's say if I say that this can be generated or not, or we have to write 0 first, or we have to write 0 first, like either this can be generated or not. So we will start from the rules, and we will keep the derivatives, and we will stop when the desired string is achieved. So let's take a little bit importance of CFL, model for natural languages, specification of programming languages, parsing of a computer program. When you write a program, a very long program in C language or C++, and those languages are parsed using context-free grammars. And example, Boolean algebra, like this type of expressions you will study when you will read some advanced topics, information retrieval, where we define a query. Like Google accepts a very complex queries, you can define like this, and then either the query is proper, a Boolean, all the operators are balanced or not, we can do using CFGs. And there are many human languages, like XMLs are parsed using context-free grammars. And this is the example of human language, English language, and some rules are there, though we have written only few rules, and for English language grammar there are so many rules you can define. And if you want to check the boy sees the girl can be generated from this example, this grammar or not. A language that is defined by some CFG is called a context-free language. There are CFLs that are not regular languages, such as the example just given, but not all languages are CFL. Intuitively, CFL can count two things, not three. So the next topic is parse tree, but before going to the parse tree, we will do some arithmetic expressions using these rules. For example, if these are the rules, and if I ask you either instead of putting the numbers, we will put x here, right? This is x. So if I say x plus x multiplied by x, either this can be generated from this grammar or not. So we will start from the E. The starting symbol is E. If, for example, we need 4 things to define, if there are 3 things, so whatever is the first variable rule, that is the start symbol. So E is the start symbol. Either you can start from E plus T, or you can start from E that leads to T. So in upcoming video we will see how to write and the derivations.